Hey everyone, in this video I want to talk about Artanis and overall just balance in StarCraft 2 Co because there is a lot of commanders who are considered underpowered, some are considered overpowered, and also some prestiges are played a lot more. So I'm gonna be talking mostly about Artanis because it's one of the first commanders and it's quite noticeable why he isn't that powerful. So I think that by default, the commanders are roughly okay power if you don't look at the level unlocks. Like on level 1, you have Swift Retribution, which is the basic things that you get, and that's the thing that kind of pushes you apart from other commanders. This should be something that makes you special. And he warps in units almost instantly, which is nice, but if we look at other commanders, like Kerrigan has Hero, and here this hero, the Kerrigan, is very powerful, and she's definitely better than some instant warp ins because you can also warp in before you need the units. So it's more like a mechanic that allows you to kind of, if you screw up and if you don't have perfect macro, you kind of can correct this and have pretty strong army. But if you do everything correctly, it doesn't give you any like upside. So Kerrigan has hero, which is like more power. Rainer has stronger steam. I think it's double the effect. It's costless life. It doesn't require research, so it's a lot of eco boost and army power boost. Also, you don't need as much barracks. You get them faster, so that's also economic boost. And mechanical units cost less, so you can get more of them. So yeah, that's pretty good. If you look at other commanders, we have here Swan, which is kind of mediocre. He has slight eco boost when it comes to building CVs and building units, so that you need slightly less of the production structures. Also, some things don't cost gas, but the most important thing, you have the laser drill, which kind of acts as a cooldown thing. However, it also does constant damage, and it will, in the, throughout the game, deal decent damage. So I don't think that this level 1 is strong enough, but it's stronger than just you warp opinions instantly. Also, if you look at other commanders, Nova actually, she has 100 maximum supply, which is something that Artanis gets only on the max level. Uh, Hair units have more life and damage, which is good because they are more resistant to AoE effects, and you have more concentrated DPS. Like with Artanis, you can see that I have quite big army, and not always everything fires. So this is great. And units are also instantly deployed onto battlefield, which is something that is only part of her, the weakest part. And Artanis just has it as rank 1, while Nova has it like 1/3 of her rank 1, so it's significantly stronger. Also, the Nova by itself, if you go like anything but P3, does so much AoE damage with the shotgun, it's great. And even if you go P3, you can just clear the enemy base quite easily. So yeah, Nova is very powerful because of the rank 1. Also some upgrades which make her even stronger, but yeah, she's very strong, and Artanis is not. So how would I change it? First of all, Artanis will be the only commander. Well, maybe Nova can also stay, but Nova and Artanis will be the only two commanders who have maximum supply ammo. Maybe we could also go for. Yeah, we could go for other commanders, but we would need to nerf them in other ways. Because having maximum supply unlocked is such a huge economic boost. Like you need to build maybe 20 pylons, maybe 23, something like that, which is 2,000 resources. That is 15 dragoons or something like that, which you will not have in the mid game. Like the difference is huge. And Artanis should be the one who benefits the most from the being able to just build maximum army faster. So first of all, Glory of Dalim will be rank 1, and Swift Retribution will be rank 15. Um, the rank 1 is enough. If we nerf other commanders rank 1, I think that it is very powerful, and it shouldn't be as available to other commanders. How would I change it? Well, for example, Nova units would cost even more, for example. That's one way, because maybe you don't want to deal with supply depots, but your units will cost more, maybe 10% more, something like that. Instead of having like 600 mineral marines, you will have 660, maybe 700, maybe 650. But just nerf Nova even more, and also the Haka, like why he has 100 supply or not. I don't think that the way to go for him is to increase the cost of his units even more, but his buildings should provide supply. Like every building besides the defensive building should provide supply. So he would need to spam buildings even if he doesn't need them. And yeah, I think that this would uh, prevent him from getting to OP too soon. Let's go back to Artanis. Uh, I think I mean that's pretty much the biggest thing. Like the rank one is weak. There is also quite few things that are weak, like River not being too great. It would need some kind of upgrade or buff, like to the base unit. It's decent because it is AOE unit, which doesn't require spell casting, which is great. But it needs some kind of buff. Um, Superior warp gates should be together with Spear of Arum warp harmonization, and that's probably it. Also, Swift Retribution will get the buff from Mastery, maybe like 30%, which allows your units to move faster. Maybe give them damage reduction, maybe just allow them to move faster. But just Swift Retribution by itself, it's not powerful enough. You need to like get something that makes your units stronger. So yeah, maybe give them like 40% damage reduction on after warping in, or maybe high damage reduction while warping in, but not make it instant. Uh, I feel that it would be nice to keep it instant. So like keep it instant, but give them like 40% damage reduction and 20% more damage, so that it no, let's go for attack speed. 20% attack speed after warping in, or maybe or even 40%, so that you can get 100% in the end. So yeah, you would have stronger army when you warp it in, and this would be nice. Also, the other thing that would need to be changed is nerf the other commanders who have access to the max supply, because this is the thing that defines Artanis. So Nova units cost 10% more, maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more. I think that 10% more is enough. The same thing with Zeratul. His units are very powerful, and yeah, just the fact that they are like tougher to kill, it makes them better than Artanis units because they don't really die. Well, Artanis units dies and needs to replace them. But Zeratul doesn't really replace them that much, so they should be more expensive, especially if you don't need pylons. And Dehaka, his buildings should provide supply. Uh, Maybe not all of them, but definitely at least some of them. Like the army production facilities should provide supply, something like that. And like, cause I think he's fine. He doesn't really need supply because he has heroes. I think that P2 needs tweaking, but overall he's fine. And I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, this is how to change Artanis, what to nerf, what to adjust, how to adjust it. And yeah, because we put together warp harmonization and the superior warp gates, we can maybe give him another buff, like the superior warp gates and warp harmonization will go to the rank 3, and the rank 8 will be instead something else, like um, I'm thinking what would be good. Maybe shorter cooldown of units. Again, something that's the same that has that you can get through masteries, but maybe that's decent. Maybe make the gates get charges even faster, like 50% charge accumulation. That might be interesting. Um, yeah, something like that. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you next time.